Many people associate summer with bicycles because this is the season when it is especially pleasant to ride in the fresh air. On a warm, sunny day, nothing prevents you from taking a bicycle and riding around the city or along shady paths in the park. Recently, municipal bicycle rental centers have appeared in many cities, and park areas are being actively developed to meet the needs of cyclists. Special paths and routes for safe riding are appearing. When young girls are going for a bike ride, they often choose dresses or skirts, considering it not only comfortable, but also emphasizing their femininity. However, such a romantic idea is not always practical. In addition, not all passers-by and others equally perceive such a choice of clothing. Some may disapprove, especially people with more conservative views or representatives of certain subcultures and regions whose views on women's appearance are different from those of urban dwellers. Increased attention, especially unwanted attention, is not a good companion to such a trip. It is interesting that at the beginning of the 20th century, women could easily ride bicycles in long dresses. They simply had no other clothes, and the appearance of a woman in pants was perceived as something out of the ordinary at that time. There was no talk of sports uniforms in our current sense of the word. Times have changed, and now a trip in a dress causes surprise or even incomprehension rather than admiration or approval. Modern society makes very different demands on clothing, especially when it comes to sports or outdoor activities. The main problem of cycling in a dress is the wind. Air currents can easily lift the hem, exposing more than you'd like. On bumps, the fabric starts to play up, creating scenes that would be more suited to a classic movie than a real walk around town. Particularly long and wide dresses can cause a lot of trouble. Their edges can get tangled in the spokes or caught in the bike chain, especially if it is not covered by a special cover, as is the case with urban models. At best, the fabric can get dirty, and at worst, tear or cause a dangerous stoppage, even a fall. Additional difficulties arise when stopping, for example at traffic lights. A dress can make it difficult to get off the bike comfortably or to put your foot on the ground, especially if the bike has a high frame. When you need to start moving again, you have to spend time picking up the hem so it doesn't get in the way. When riding fast, the thin fabric can start to get tangled in your legs, creating an additional hazard. This situation can lead not only to discomfort, but also to injury if you do not react in time. The design of the bike itself also plays an important role. For example, so-called men's frames with a high crossbar are not suitable for wearing a dress. To get on such a bike, without pulling up the clothes almost to the waist, it is unlikely to work. It would seem that a shorter dress solves the problem, but a new one appears. When actively pedaling, a short skirt rises quickly, exposing your underwear. This can not only make the cyclist uncomfortable, but can also cause distracted attention from drivers and passers-by, which can lead to dangerous situations on the road. Some people try to cope with the problem by holding the skirt with their hand, but then it is impossible to fully control the bike, which again violates safety. A more sensible way out of the situation would be to wear bike shorts under the dress. They are tight, comfortable, and will not cause embarrassment, even if the clothes rise. Or you can pick up underwear in the tone of the dress or skirt so that it does not catch the eye if you really want to keep the image in a romantic style.